What the security formations are saying now is that they would have to cut off the supply chains. Aren't there other options, alternatives to this strategy?
To cut off weapons inflow. I mean, weapon, like I said, weapon is the main thing there, because weapon is capability element in this threat matrix. Once they have the capability, they can do anything. With the right weapon, you can do anything. But if you don't have the weapon, you just have a wish. You know, that's it. So so of course, cutting off the weapon, the weapon shouldn't have come in the first place. We shouldn't be proliferating arms in this country. I think Mr. President went out to the U.S. and told them that, look, you guys are bringing all these small and light arms. Well, these are not small and light arms. RPG is not a small or light arm. RPG is the real thing. You know, you can take down a jet from the sky.
Talking about proactiveness, as we can see from our map, Sokoto, Yobe, all these countries up north are landlocked with Sudan, Niger, Mali, and up extending to Sudan. As a proactive measure, shouldn't we have some sort of sanctions around those borders and involve the governors?
General Obasanjo did it when they attacked his daughter here. When the armed robbers almost took out his daughter, he closed the border. Once he did that, the authorities in those countries, listen, that's what we are, thank you, miss. That's the proactivity we are talking about. Because when you are saying, I mean, I think there's a very, there isn't this resolute attitude to really tackling the thing. For example, if we say that the problem is proliferation of arms, okay, well, if you let one more AK cross your border into my country, I seal up my border. When you make that threat, they will listen to you. They will listen to you. And anybody comes across that border, we shoot him.
But why?
We'll call him an enemy combatant. You see, you have to have that kind of a posture. You have to have that kind of a posture. Because if you don't, sir, I mean, so you must have them. The point you are making is you must have them. If they say they are our friends, then fight with us. If you are our friends, then, you know, come in and help us tackle this thing. Why would you stay there? Your security forces are selling arms to the bad guys to bring into our country to kill our people. It shouldn't happen.
Because what people don't understand, when we talk about borders, we talk about seaports. Of course, we haven't seen any case of anyone bringing such through the airports. On a daily basis, we get to see seized turkeys, seized clothings. And sometimes when we hear a story about this, remember the Iranian was being tried for this, and no one, nothing got heard again. So that is why people are a little bit...
You are the journalist. Maybe you know what happened in the end, because I've been doing research. I couldn't find out.
You just couldn't find it.
No, I couldn't find it.
So that is why they should let the people understand. And in any case, how well can the people know an RPG? Because if you don't know it, if you've never seen it, someone might as well just carry it along, and you think it's just something like any other device used for building.
Yes. Well, I think the point you make here is profound. We need to get citizens involved again. I keep saying that we need to get citizen involvement in checking this terrorist problem. People have to give information. There has to be better, perhaps even in the frontline areas now. There has to be better civil-military relations, because the citizenry is not trusting the military too much, so they won't give information. And even when they know a perpetrator, they may not say. So the military has to ratchet up its hearts and minds policy in that area to get the citizenry to trust and understand that they are actually fighting in behalf of the citizenry, that they are now fighting their own battle, whatever that may be. But having said that, I think we need to get more public information, public awareness going here, that if you see people carrying even parts, you know, these things can be taken down and brought in parts. You can show different parts of this stuff. If you see this kind of a device coming in, it's a suspect device, and do say something to the authorities. And one thing I've been saying, and you and I have discussed it on your program here before, is that the authorities must still come out and give us numbers to which we can call and give this kind of sensitive information. And beyond that, even beyond calling, yes, we are good patriotic Nigerian citizens who want to help the government to help us. some of us also need to get paid for giving that information.
Now, let's look at it.
Give an incentive. Yeah, because people, how do you think they got OBL and all those people, the
what about
leadership
the witness protection policy?
Witness protection policy. Well, let them first pay me, then we'll worry about protecting me.
Okay, now let's look at it. But
you're right, because witness protection is important if you want to testify in court. But this here right now, we have a low intensity warfare going on, and the first thing is to get the bad guys, then we'll worry about how to prosecute them.
Let's look at the strength of our security formations now. Yes, we are talking of a border of 4,000, approximately 4,000 kilometers, and ocean border of 800 kilometers. Now, looking at the funding now, we have a security formation that is that from the harmonized bill of 2012, 326 billion naira. Is it sufficient enough to propel our defense apparatus to combat this kind of new dimensions we're having in our insecurity challenge?
Who got 326 billion? I'm sorry.
The defense.
The defense establishment.
Okay.
Police got. Yeah, because I'm looking at the security budget as a whole.
No, police is
harmonized was 722 billion.
Yeah.
But then you're right. This defense people got that, and then out of that they got. I think the Navy. Navy got only 8 billion for capital. For capital vote, so which is not even enough to buy a small canoe. So what I'm trying to say is, what is our posture? Yes, I mean, we've discussed this. I think Sulaya and I discussed this on this program before when the budget came out. President proposed 922 billion, and the harmonized bill came out. What was signed into law was 722, and out of that 722, a good 90% was recurrent. Only 10% was capital, which doesn't even take anybody home. Where are you going to get the training? Where are you going to get the new the material with which to fight this war on terror? We actually have a war going right now on terror, you know. And what are we doing? Are we paying lip service to it, or are we actually trying to win in behalf of Nigerians? Because really, indeed, even though it doesn't look like it right now, the government needs to win this war so that Nigerians can go about their legitimate business.
As a security consultant, what is the first step to take in fighting terrorism? The very first step.
Well, we need to, in fighting terrorism, thank you, fighting, I like the word, fighting terrorism, we need to get concerted military action in place.
Will the creation of state police help in any way?
Nope. Has nothing to do with it. This is not a police action. You said how to fight terrorism, right? That's what I'm saying. Concerted military action. Nope. I'm not even calling NPF. No Nigeria Police Force right now. Because this is beyond, this outside the purview. Nigeria Police Force is maintenance of law and order. This is not a law and order. This is insurgency. You know, they're trying to divide this country. In fact, BH has gone beyond asking to divide the country. BH has now said, look, we want to Christianize the whole of Nigeria. So, I mean, what are you talking about? This morning they came out and said, okay, the president should resign and also convert to Islam. Then they will consider. I mean, this is not a joke. These are serious threats. And these guys have shown capability to deliver violence. And they should be taken seriously. Why are we talking about poverty, unemployment, bad governance, when the protagonists have not come out and said this is our problem? They said, look, they first said give us Nigerian territory. Now they've said, okay, give us the whole of Nigeria, and you are still talking about poverty and bad governance.